He pulled up the street, didn't get the email.
Okay, good thing that I looked at it. So I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the cliff notes. There is a sales tactic. I'm going to call it a sales tactic. It's a sales tactic. And it's called, we call it LPMAMA. Does anybody, Sarah, do you even know what an LP is?
Yeah.
What is it?
Wait, an LP?
An LP.
I know the whole acronym.
I know, but you know what an LP is?
So you're a licensed practitioner.
Yeah. Listing practitioner.
Listing and price.
No, an LP.
That's part of LPMAMA.
So an LP back in the day, like for those of, well, I guess just Charlie and I would know. An LP is a long playing record. So you know back when they had those flat records, the big ones, those are LPs.
It's like opposite of EP.
Opposite of EP. Yep. So LPMAMA. What does L stand for?
Location.
Location. What does P stand for?
Price.
Price. M?
Motivation.
A?
Agent.
M?
Mortgage.
And A?
Appointment.
I'm not sure you guys need me for. All right. Location, price, motivation, agent, and mortgage and appointment. Hi, welcome to my open house. Do you have an agent?
No.
Yeah.
That's a little scary, right? Because what do they all say? Yes. They've never even been to an open house. This is the first house they've even looked at, but they know the answer to that one is yes. Just like, can I help you find something today? No, I'm just looking. Yes, I have an agent. So then you can go in for that big like sneaky move of what's the name? Okay, now you really look like a used car salesperson. So we want to have, this is not like used car sales tactics. This is just leading your conversation. When somebody comes into your open house, you have a conversation with them. And you know who's leading that conversation? Well, you're leading the conversation, but you know who's speaking more in the conversation? They are. Who do we all like talking about?
Ourselves.
Yes. I love talking about me. And so when somebody says, is this area the right area for you? They care about me. When they say, so is this going to fit into your budget? Is this the right one for your budget? It's not going to say, hey, can you afford this? Like, this is a $900,000 listing. Are you sure you can even afford it? So, is this going to be the right budget for you? Is this kind of where you want to be at this price range? Why are you moving? We used that this week, huh?
Yeah.
So Giannis and I went on a listing appointment, and we used motivation, and this was listing, right? This is all about buyers. This was listing, and we wanted to find out what their motivation was. I didn't want to tell them anything we could do for them. I didn't tell them that we could sell their house for the most money at the fastest amount of time possible. I didn't tell them that we offer pressure washing, staging, professional real estate. I didn't tell them that I'm one of the top listing agents in the state, especially in Mason County. I didn't say any of that.
I told them that.
I didn't say any of that. You know what I said? Why are you moving? And they said, we're moving to Maine. That's a big move. What's taking you to Maine? And then they vomited about all the things they don't like about here. And then I thought, you know, I'm moving to Ecuador. I didn't tell them that, but I thought, I'm moving to Ecuador. That's a pretty big move. There's a lot of moving parts there, but I've already got a house in Ecuador. They don't have a house in Maine yet. And so I used their motivation and I thought to myself, what would they need to get a house under contract in Maine? Well, you know what they'd need? Like, it's one thing to get a contingent offer bought here, right? You get a contingent offer because I can show that this house in Kent is going to sell in 3 days. The agent is from Renton, they know that. Like, that's super easy. In Maine, they don't know anything about Shelton. So I told them that we have a packet that we give to all of our contingent sellers that they can give to their listing agent that will make their offer more strong. And this packet is going to outline and really kind of sell their house as a great house to have as a contingent offer to the listing agent in Maine. Do you guys know how many of those packets I've made? None. I've never done that before. I've never made that packet. And you know what? I still don't have to. Sarah does. But you know what else? They said that their other agent, the other 2 agents that they interviewed, they didn't offer that. It's a couple sheets of paper. So find out their motivation. This one's going to be huge. On a buyer, their motivation. Paying a lot of rent. Don't stop with motivation. Like, when you start a conversation, don't speed through LPMAMA. LPs were big records. It took a long time to get through there. And every once in a while you could pick up the record needle and you could like skip some parts, but then you never heard all the song. We need to hear all the songs. So when we're on motivation and they say, well, our rent just went up again. Now we have a conversation. We don't move on to say, oh, okay, that's great. And so are you working with someone? That's a weird conversation. So my rent just went up. Oh gosh, I know rents are going up like crazy, aren't they? It'd be nice to have something kind of locked in. Did you just re-sign a lease? Like, where are you in that? Oh no, we're month to month now. Oh, perfect. Right? So have that conversation. You want to get to know them. Make them your best friend by using these. Agent. What's the worst way to ask somebody if they have an agent?
Do you have an agent? Do you have an agent?
That's it.
Are you working with an agent?
Because my sister-in-law's best friend's husband is an agent. And he's probably, I haven't talked to him in 25 years, but he'd probably represent me. And maybe I'm supposed to have an agent because I'm in an open house.
That's the key. People are like, oh, I'm supposed to answer yes to that.
Yeah. So I better have an agent. Because otherwise they might make me leave and go get an agent. Because obviously the person standing in the open house is only there to sell that house. That's all people in open houses do. Open house agents are only there to sell the house. They open the house so people can buy it. They have no idea that you could help them buy a different house, right? So what's a good way to ask if somebody has an agent?
What's the name of your agent? Did you say that?
No.
Is that
You're way direct.
bad? Okay.
I always say, have you been looking at a lot of homes? And then that leads to, oh, no, or yes. Oh, do you have anyone helping you find homes? Or how do you find homes? Zillow? Great. That means if you're looking at Zillow, I assume you don't have an agent.
Exactly.
Or if you say, Jim Green's my agent, he's my brother-in-law, then I know I'm not taking that client.
Yep.
I get him to sign the guest book by starting off how Charlie started off, and then just say, if you're not working with an agent, I'd love to be able to help you out and work with you and find you the right house. So all I need is information. What's a good email address for you?
So hold on. You mean you don't like stop them at the door and say, hi, sign this?
No, I greet them.
Oh, you do?
With a smile and
Oh.
a wave, and then I tell them I memorize everything about the house, so I'm not looking down at the agent detail, and then I, talk about the house, and then I let them. I don't walk in front of them. I let them lead and lead them through, and then I talk to them at the end. So that way,
Do you get any business from your open houses?
yeah, I got 2 strong, 20% down buyers, 2 A buyers, and I got a listing appointment that hopefully I'm going to set here this week.
Perfect. Perfect. All right. So on agent, it's how are you seeing these houses? How are you getting into houses? Oh, we just go to open houses every weekend. Perfect. Would it be helpful? Would it be helpful? Would it be of value? Those are 2 good openings. If you like put anything on the end of those, it's a good thing. Would it be helpful to you if you had somebody who could get you into the houses that aren't open? Now, I'm better than just like a key opener, right? But they will say yes. What about, I know a lot of our clients are actually finding houses offline. Would that be of help if we could find a house that's doesn't have 12 offers on it already? What? Do those exist? Yeah, they exist. Probably not the one you're going to sell them. But they exist, and would it be helpful to them? Absolutely be helpful, and if you're the one that does that and the other 6 agents that they see that day at the other open houses don't mention that they can find off-market listings, we don't only sell listings on market, we sell ones that haven't come to market yet. We do. I'm selling my house and it's not going on market, so there you are.
And for sale by owners, people you've called, maybe you've called for sale by owners that, well, if I bring you a buyer, well, there's your off-market deal.
Yep. And if you know of 1 or 2 for sale by owners that are out there, then you do know houses that are off market. You're not lying. Okay, mortgage. How do we talk about mortgages?
Hey.
Are we like just in general? I always like to ask if they've been pre-approved, kind of bring that conversation up. If it's an open house, as far as you talk about their motivations, how are they seeing houses? Kind of try to tie in, like have you guys been pre-approved? Get those answers out of them.
Yeah, and how can we be helpful with that?
If they haven't been, let them know of your resources and people that you have connections that you can get them in touch with to then get that pre-approval.
You know, I like my favorite. Would it be helpful if I sent you the contact for my favorite lender? Like, they work day and night and weekends. Can I send that to you? Perfect. What number do I text? I've never had somebody say no. Once they agree to get your lender, they will agree to give you their phone number to text. I don't have to do a sheet. I can get them to say yes to that. I just find something to be helpful with. Is this location good for you? How can you be helpful? Would it be helpful if I could show you other homes in this area? Would it be helpful? Is this in the right price range for you? That's a little high. Would it be helpful if I could show you a house similar to this that's in a little bit lower price range? Which, it'd be really hard to not skip down here, right? And maybe you do bring up a little bit about what they're pre-approved for, but then make sure you go back to their motivation. Because if LP wasn't already up here, I'd probably put that first. All right. I have some scripts for you guys. Do you guys like scripts? You don't like scripts?
Of course, everybody loves scripts.
Everybody loves scripts. Do you know what scripts are?
Yes.
What are they?
Back and forth conversation of real life interactions.
Yeah, and you know what? Sometimes the people on the other end of the script don't know their lines. So you know what we have to do?
Guide the conversation.
That's what a script is. A script is a map of where you want to get to. This is only a map of where we want to get to. We're just going to use this. We think in our head, LPMAMA, okay, I get location, next is price, next is motivation. It's just a way to get to where you want to go to. I'm going to Florida. I have like little spots along the way that'll get me to Florida. I go from here to Missoula, to Yellowstone, from Yellowstone to Jackson Hole, from Jackson Hole to Kanab, Utah, from Kanab, Utah to Eric, Oklahoma, Eric, Oklahoma to Biloxi, Mississippi, Biloxi, Mississippi to Florida, and then I get on a plane. Now, I might kind of wander around in between those, right? I'm going to get off at eat food different places, but I know my marks. I know the places I have to hit to get to Florida. That's all this stuff is. Okay, we're going to go through a few scripts. I'm going to have you just get with somebody near you. Kind of pick one or two of these, go through them, and then after we get done with this, we are going to actually go. There's some people waiting for us, and they're waiting for you guys to knock on their door.
One of those people, so.
Do you share the pamphlet with you and your partner?
You can share,
Or you both?
or you can both get one. You should probably both get one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let them know when to kill the camera.
Yeah. Oh, you can kill camera.
Okay. Yeah, I figured we couldn't get everyone's